Right, on to our top story now. Actor turned politician Vijay has finally broken his silence on the stampede in Karur over the weekend. In a video message released on the X profile of his party, the Tamilaga Vetri Karagam leader, a somber-looking Vijay, said that he was pained at the deaths and the injury from the stampede at his political rally on Saturday. Vijay re-emphasized that the event was conducted only after necessary permissions were taken, also clarifying that he did not visit the injured in hospital because it could have caused more trouble. Interestingly, the actor ended his message on a cryptic note, saying that the truth about Karur will come out, hinting at a larger conspiracy at hand. Meanwhile, the Tamil Nadu government has clamped down on what it calls the spread of misinformation about the stampede over the weekend. Police in Chennai arrested 3 individuals, including functionaries from the BJP and TVK, and a prominent Tamil YouTuber in the city. In fact, joining me now to discuss about all this and more is the BJP's Tamil Nadu spokesperson, Narayan Tirupati. Mr. Tirupati, great to have you here with us on the show. First up, both the BJP and the TVK, by way of Vijay's message today, have hinted at the stampede being a bit of a political conspiracy, sir. First up, do you feel it might be too premature to go about making this insinuation in the first place, given the fact that a probe is well and truly on at the moment and the details we believe could emerge in due course? Mr. Narayan Tirupati.
Yeah, that is what we have been saying for the last 3-4 days. We have said that the police has to inquire, dig deep into it, because there are so many views and so many issues has been raised by the public. In fact, we have seen some public in today with speaking to our MPs, Member of Parliament's team. They have said that there were some miscreants who had entered the meeting and they had tried to stab these people. So it is really alarming. If it is so, it is very shocking. So what we say is that definitely these angles should be probed, and that is what I think Vijay has been has told today also. So we need a proper inquiry, and if it is from CBI, we will be happy.
Right. In fact, I just want to go through what Mr. Anurag Thakur said, in fact, on visiting Karur as part of that BJP fact-finding committee. The former Indian minister said that he believes a Supreme Court-led probe should be the need of the hour, given the hints of conspiracy surrounding the incident itself. But Mr. Narayan Tirupati, even as we speak, the DMK has instituted an Aruna Jagadisan-led committee to actually go about probing the incident. Surely one might think that that probe or that committee be left to do its work and probe the incident, release its findings before, calls for another committee or a higher committee be brought about. Do you feel this may be a case of too many stakeholders going about conducting their own investigations, hoping to find out different aspects of the tragedy to suit a certain narrative? Could that possibly be the case, even as the state government has instituted its own probe, Mr. Narayan Tirupati?
No, it is not, because, that's what we have been saying. This police, we have been accusing the police because the police did not act accordingly. The police did not act what they should have done. In fact, right from the moment they gave the permission and they say that, the police is the implementing agency, the duty of the police is to maintain law and order. So we take permission from the police. Why? It's a democratic country. We hold public meetings. The political parties has got the right to hold public meetings. So you give permission. It is your duty to protect people. That is why we are taking permission. Otherwise, we can always, have a public meeting without taking permission from the police. The purpose of taking permission is that you give us protection. So the police, with their intelligence network, it is a public meeting. It is not a TV case workers meeting. It is a public meeting where many thousands of public may participate. That we have seen in regular Vijay rallies. So the police would have made a precautionary arrangement. So it is the failure of the intelligence department. That is why we say that, and now people are saying some miscreants have entered into the meeting. And that is also the job of the police they should have looked it out. So that is why we say that a probe which is not connected to the police, Tamil Nadu police, should be done. That is the reason we are asking for a CBI probe or a judicial probe from the Supreme Court. There is nothing wrong.
Right, right. Mr. Narayan Tirupati, I request you to stay on with us because we're also joined by senior DMK leader, Mr. TKS Ilungovan, also on the phone line. Mr. Ilungovan, you probably heard the BJP chief spokesperson for Tamil Nadu speaking there, Mr. Narayan Tirupati, saying that there is an insinuation that the blame may well lie on the Tamil Nadu police in terms of permissions and in terms of not exactly providing permission to the right kind of a venue for this event. But I just want to get you in on the contention that there may be too many parties at the moment involved in probing or attempting to probe this incident, Mr. Ilungovan, even as the Tamil Nadu government has instituted the Aruna Jagadesan committee to actually go about probe the incident, discover facts and present them before arriving at conclusions. Do you feel, Mr. Ilungovan, it's maybe a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth?
No, as a state government, it is a responsibility of the state government as to find to the what had happened. So we had appointed Aruna Jagadeesan in it. We have appointed a senior police officer to investigate the case. As a government, we had done whatever we have to do. But now their demand is that BJP and ADMK demands that there should be a probe from the Supreme Court. This is a demand. After what we have appointed Aruna Jagadeesan, they have now made this demand. So this is a different case. We are not meddling with their view. We have nothing. We have started our investigation properly. We had appointed an investigation the Chief Supreme Judge of the High Court, Madras High Court, Madras High Court, and the police people, and they are doing their work. Now they don't want the state police to do that. That is the problem. But one question which nobody answers is, which nobody answers it. When the people were made to stand in the scorching sun without water and food from 10 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the night, what will be their position? That nobody had answered this. And why Vijay, after telling that he will meet the people, speak at 12 o'clock at that point, came to that place at 8 o'clock? Why the people were made to wait in the scorching sun and without water, without food, from 10 o'clock to night 8 o'clock? That is the cause of the issue. Right. That is what I feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, even as you raise a very pertinent question, Mr. Ilungovan, the fact is that a number of admittedly opposition-led parties, the BJP, the TVK themselves, have insinuated about there being a conspiracy to engineer this stampede, in a sense, also squarely pointing fingers at the Tamil Nadu government, insinuating blame, in fact, if not directly leveling these allegations. Even as we speak, arrests have happened across Chennai, including that of a prominent YouTuber. Do you feel that the allegations of a conspiracy ought to be done away with? Is there credibility to these allegations and these statements?
See, he is having his fifth meeting, I think. In no meeting that he had came so much of in a delayed manner for 7 hours or 8 hours. In this meeting, he had come so much late after making the people stand from 10 o'clock in the morning. He came at 8 o'clock in the night. So naturally, the people get exhausted. They don't have water. Everybody did not carry water. No food. At 1 o'clock, it is lunchtime. No food. They had to wait until 8 o'clock because all the shops around that area were closed. What will they do? Somebody from that party should have told the people that you now disperse. Vijay is coming only at 8 o'clock. You can start gathering from 6 o'clock. If they had announced that, they would have peacefully gone home, which nobody did.
Right. Well, the fact is that as tragic as it sounds, that tragedy that claimed 41 lives is also said to be the battleground of a political discourse, at least less than a year before the elections begin in 2026. On that note, Mr. Narayan Tirupati, Mr. TKS Ilungovan, thank you so much for joining us and breaking down the facts of the matter as they stand today. Well, on that note, we'll be slipping into a really short break. But on the other side, there's more stories from South Central, your one-stop shop for everything business and beyond from South India. Keep watching ET Now.
in association with SBI. Best है सबको पता है.
From tracking India's consumption sector to decoding the biggest market trends, I connect the dots between data, decision and disruption. From FMCG shelves to real estate skylines, from travel trends to consumer buzz, decoding what drives India's consumption engine. From tracking corporates, crunching data and breaking it all down live, real time for you. If you take a look at the Nifty gainers today, markets don't wait and neither do I. Catch me, Snehi Shah, from Monday to Friday on ET Now.
Tata Capital is the flagship financial services company of the Tata Group with a legacy of 150 years. Tata Capital has an extensive pan-India presence and offers a comprehensive suite of lending products with a digital-first approach. We have achieved a strong financial performance through a diversified loan portfolio and prudent risk management practices. At Tata Capital, we uplift lives for a better tomorrow because we know you count on us.
पता बदलेगा, जिंदगी बदलेगी. लिविंग रूम में तो जैसे हाथी घोड़े दौड़ेंगे, कोई बचपन जब मेहमान हमारा होगा. पता बदलने का ख्याल अपने साथ हमेशा जिंदगी बदलने की उम्मीद लिए आता है. मैजिक ब्रिक्स, पता बदलो, लाइफ बदलो.
12 decades of trust, 12 decades of transforming lives. With every account, every loan, every smile, we built more than just a bank. This is the story of a journey, not just of a bank, but of trust. Bank of India, relationship beyond banking.
Viksit Uttar Pradesh is emerging as the nation's engine of growth and innovation, fueling India's march towards Viksit Bharat at 2047.
यह एक नए भारत के उस नए उत्तर प्रदेश की तस्वीर है जिसने अपने को बीमारू राज्य से अब भारत के ग्रोथ इंजन के रूप में अपने आप को प्रस्तुत किया है और विकसित भारत की संकल्पना में अपनी भूमिका के निर्वहन करने के लिए अपने आप को तैयार कर रहा है.
Guided by the visionary leadership of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Uttar Pradesh has secured 50,000 crore rupees investment in the semiconductor sector. Uttar Pradesh is rapidly emerging as a national hub for artificial intelligence, deep tech and EV manufacturing. Uttar Pradesh's defense industrial corridor is shaping India's journey towards self-reliance in defense manufacturing.
25,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक के निवेश के प्रस्ताव हमारे पास आए हैं और लखनऊ का नोट जिसके माध्यम से हम ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल वहां पर उसका प्रोडक्शन भी प्रारंभ कर दिए हैं.
From doubling its GSDP to targeting a $1 trillion economy, Uttar Pradesh is establishing itself as a global powerhouse. Viksit Bharat, Viksit UP at 2047.
हम यहाँ जान पे खेल रहे, तू फोन पे खेल रहा है. अरे पापा की गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस रिन्यू कर रहा हूँ. टाइम पे नहीं करा तो वो जान ले लेंगे मेरी.
बड़े शौकीन पापा है, इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी.
फिर तो एको से कराना.
क्यों?
क्योंकि जितनी बड़ी गाड़ी
एको पर उतना ज्यादा फायदा.
नहीं फटा,
अब फटी. कार का एक्शन हीरो एको.
Welcome back. You're watching South Central India's first and only business news show that keeps the focus on South India. Moving on to a big story from the aviation space, Congress MP from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, has come down heavily on Air India. In a strongly worded post on X, Tharoor said he had written to the carrier's managing director, Campbell Wilson, over Air India Express's upcoming winter schedule, which has reportedly dropped a number of flights from key cities in Kerala, including Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kozhikode. Tharoor cautioned against Air India treating the state as an afterthought, even insinuating patronage for competing airlines should that be the case. My colleague Samir joins us with the details of these flight cancellations. Samir, over to you.
Just ahead of the winter schedule, Air India Group-owned Air India Express has announced to significantly reduce the flight operations from 4 important airports in Kerala, and which has drawn a severe criticism from the political parties in Kerala, led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. So to start with, that the winter schedule, which comes into effect from 26th of October till late March 2026, Air India Express has announced that the 4 airports, Thiruvananthapuram, Kannur, Kozhikode and Kochi. From these airports, the flight operations to Gulf countries or the Gulf destinations, it has been reduced or cancelled. For example, when it comes to Thiruvananthapuram Airport, so the flight to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, it has been suspended. The flight services to Muscat, it has been reduced from 7 to just 4 times a week. Even from Thiruvananthapuram to Sharjah, the flight operations have been reduced from 7 to just 5 times a week. Similarly, when it comes to Kozhikode Airport, the flight operation to Muscat, it has been reduced from earlier 7 to just 3 times a week in the winter schedule. So based on these sort of flight reduction or the cancellation, it has drawn criticism. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has written a letter to Air India Group CEO Campbell Wilson and has said that stop behaving like this, and you are taking Kerala like an afterthought. And not just Congress MP Tharoor, other political leaders as well. They have also they raised voice on the Air India Express approach and have appealed the central government to intervene and bring the rightful flight services back to Kerala. But as of now, Air India Express has yet to officially respond on these sort of criticism or issue any official statement. But yes, what we are picking up from our sources that Air India Express has cited the economic reasons and other reasons behind this flight reduction. For example, they have said that whatever the aircraft will be available, they can rightfully they can use on other services which are much more profitable, and the economic cost when it comes to these 4 airports are not justifiable. So based on these grounds, they have reduced the flight from these 4 airports in Kerala for the winter schedule.
Right, more flights for Air India, then that's the call really from Shashi Tharoor. Moving on, accessibility can be created by using simple solutions like a ramp that can open the doors of any building for persons with disabilities. Under the Samarth by Hyundai initiative, 50 ramps are being built across India in hospitals, schools and many other public spaces to make them truly accessible. This reflects Hyundai Motor India Limited's commitment to breaking barriers and ensuring equal mobility and opportunity for all. So let's meet the person who's helping bring this vision to reality.
As per the World Bank, 15% of every country's population faces some kind of disability. India, being the most populated nation of the world, also has the most number of disabled people in the world. Such people are facing a lifetime lockdown because of inaccessible infrastructure. To unlock these people and massive potential that they carry, it is very important to build a barrier-free India where they can participate. I am Prateek Khandelwal. I am the founder of Ramp My City. We make public places accessible by providing infrastructural solutions to make it inclusive for persons with disabilities and the elderly population of India. The story of Ramp My City goes back to my personal journey. In 2014, I had an accident where I fell off in an under construction building. After that, I had paralysis wheels down and wheelchair became a part of my life. And when I started to go out to public places just to live the normal life, I realized I could not go out anywhere because of this huge problem of inaccessibility in India. We did not want it to be a part of the problem. We wanted to be a part of the solution. That is where I started Ramp My City as a solution provider where we can go and put in the infrastructure that is required to make any public place accessible. Founded in 2020, we have made more than 600 locations across 10 cities in India accessible, and we recently got the National Award from the President of India for the work that we are doing.
Breaking the barrier in terms of the mindset is the first one. Once the barrier is broken, allow the people to make sure that they are able to access all the places, like as I mentioned, beach, transportations, hotels, Thanks to the Samarth by Hyundai in partnership with Ramp My City and Times Network. So they are taking this approach to make all the public places more accessible. The overall infrastructure, step by step, it is getting built so that overall approach to the people with disabilities is getting changed, and the way we contribute is also getting improved or empowered.
Building barrier-free infrastructure is the first step towards an accessible India. Samarth by Hyundai is making 50 public locations across the country accessible with ramps, paving the way for a more inclusive future for persons with disabilities.
Right, from one heartwarming transformative story to another, what if assistive technology could transform limitations into limitless possibilities? Samarth by Hyundai, an initiative by Hyundai Motor India Limited, is paving the way towards an inclusive and accessible world for persons with disabilities, one innovation at a time. This platform celebrates change makers and innovators, proving that imagination knows no bounds. Through the work, they break barriers and change narratives. One such step is retrofitting cars for persons with disabilities, thereby ensuring accessibility, comfort and safety without compromising on mobility or independence. Watch this next video to see how inclusive travel is becoming a reality.
For most of us, moving from one place to another is effortless. But for people with disabilities, every journey is a battle against barriers.
We needed some easy way of his transitioning between walking down to the car or taking the wheelchair to the car and then being able to sit comfortably rather than having to fully assist him